Los Angeles. This is bigger than where we come from. This is about where we go from here. For every OG, every big homie, every little homie, every mother, every father, every person searching for purpose. Welcome.
Under the groove.
Under the groove.
Under the groove.
Yeah. West Coast sun shining while the city come alive. Palm trees in the breeze, another day to survive. I seen pain in the streets, I seen dreams in the struggle. Seen people lose hope, then rebuild from the rubble. Every set got a story, every block got a past. Every scar got a lesson if you willing to ask. Little homie on the corner, looking for direction. Searching for respect, searching for acceptance. Big homie put them
Closer, listen, young man.
Your life worth
More than the weapon in your hand.
Real power ain't fear, real power is control. It's the knowledge in your mind and the strength in your soul.
Put down the guns, pick up the wisdom. Put down the hate, find your vision.
A mind awakening is a force that can't break. Consciousness is the path that we gotta create.
Under the groove, where knowledge becomes wisdom, where struggle becomes strength, where family builds together, and we break those chains. What's under your groove?
Is it love?
Is it purpose?
Is it purpose?
Is it unity?
Is it community?
Wake up, black people. It's time we elevate the future in our hands. We can't afford to wait. Under the groove.
I remember family dinners, everybody at the table. Elders telling stories, teaching lessons when they able. Grandma's voice carry history through the room, showing us the roots before we ever saw the bloom. Now we living in a town where the connection got lost, where we count what we gain but forget what it costs. Everybody got a phone but nobody wanna call. Everybody got a platform but nobody wanna build walls. Not walls that divide us, walls that protect. A foundation of knowledge, a future with respect. We gotta teach the children who they are and where they came from. Show them they're your kings and queens before the world names them. Community is power when the people unite. A family standing together can turn darkness to light.
Under the groove, when knowledge becomes wisdom.
That's the get out, man. Want to welcome everybody to this session of Under the Groove, man. Touching bases with the people. Like, share, follow, comment, and subscribe to this get out, man. It's great to be back. Long weekend for us on this end. Everything is everything. I'm glad to be here. Here I am, and there you are, as I say. It's a good look. There's a lot going on, man. A lot of I want to talk about. I can't, not just yet, because this is something that is spectacular in the making, man. That's the only way I can put that. So I'll leave you guys hanging on the edge of your seats, man, with that bit of information. It'll be about a week or so before I give before we're able, and it ain't just me, but before we're able to put it out there to those who need to know. Anyway, man, it's an honor to be here. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of y'all, man. It's good to be back. I want to start this off, man. You know, the theme song is a theme song, Under the Groove, man. Then we got Wake Up Black People, both of which I love, man. I think they're strong. Got a message in each and every one of them. Let me drop this for y'all, man, because like I said, I think it's significant. I think it's significant. You know, a bit of poetry for the people, man. A bit of poetry for the people. You know, I like to hit y'all off with a little poetry every now and then. All right, let's go like this.
I pledge allegiance to a flag that has never flown for me. 50 stars, 13 stripes,
and 400 years of fucked up history. Lewis and Clark must have had a vision board of the millions of lives they cut out to manifest destiny. May Pocahontas haunt us for destining indigenous dreamers to die so white men could live from sea to shining sea. Injustice is perennial, just never listed as a classic, stuck on 9/11, but 11 million slaves. I'll put it in the past after you pass back our property. Before the shackles, we were sovereignty. You kidnapped kings to make them subjects of poverty. Entire empires in prison, but professors profess our past, only ships and whips, as if slavery began Black history as opposed to interrupted it. Surrounded by kids who will grow up to vote Republican, elephants allergic to peanuts and integration, lobbying to ensure the monkeys keep working for peanuts, pigeonholed to Title VII discrimination, mandated a graphing calculator for statistics as the man I dated graphically becomes one. My advocates fathomless of brothers handed back to heaven by a handgun. But let's not trigger nometry my tangent about how the divided states of America will try every angle to justify a plan to hypotenuse of people whose function they never wanted to be equal. No one gives you the education necessary to overthrow them. What does it mean to be book smart on authors whose dogma your human rights are opposing? That summer reading list is purposely frozen in time, antiquated as the ideals of the clan leaders behind the teachers who chose them. I was an A+ student in an environment that was failing me, an oligarchy dressed as a decoy democracy, pimping out my pain for scholarships to predominantly white universities. Tell us how we've hurt you, and we'll give you some money. I hate pop quizzes because I don't pass a brown paper bag test on the magic school bus. Token minorities still sit in the back. Miss Frizzle gets frazzled when I tell her Jesus is black. Black boards, black boys covered in white powder, because that's where the cash is. No money for lunch, but they still fund the police. They put cops in our classrooms, so it's fuck the police. White saviors did Columbine, yet it's still us on our knees. No peace for my people, so we rest in police. Okay, my good people's class is dismissed, just like every kid forced to trade creativity for uniform obedience. Have fun in the recession. Recess.
I like that. Now, I don't know if that went too quick for y'all, but I like that. That was a nice piece of poetry right there, man. Yeah, that's the state of affairs, man. Let's look at it like we should. Let's do it as we should, man. We're in a quagmire. They got us in this situation, man, and I'm saying most of us don't realize it. Day in, day out, it's the same thing. We're in this hamster wheel, you know what I mean? We're in this hamster wheel. Nothing changes. Conversation may change, but that's just conversation. As long as it's, just in words we're speaking rather than what we're doing, nothing changes. You know what I mean? It's just perennial, this thing, this cycle, that talk, but no action, and this is what I see. I can't speak for anyone else. I know that I see a bunch of the same bullshit, a bunch of the same. It hasn't changed, man, and that's going to be the problem for us. Well, that will continue to be the problem for us if we do not act. We're good for talking, but we have to act, Now, I'm going to say that on top. I'll put this on top of that. Brothers, some are beginning to act. On the face of it, it might look like, oh, there's no motion. Ain't nothing happening. Same old shit, same gang shit, same street shit, same blacks being in the same position, full of bullshit. You know what I mean? But it's happening. It's happening, and it's long overdue. Appreciate knowing that myself. And like I said, man, in due time, brothers, man, are going to be aware. We're going to be able to say to brothers, okay, y'all, this is what it is. Now, who's with us? Who's with us? And I think that's significant. It's going to show a lot of us, for whatever reason, we can't see, the faces, for whatever reason, we're blinded to the faces that we see that are with this bullshit, It's as if a lot of y'all think they're wearing masks and they're not, We see who they are, In due time, it's going to tell, there'll be no reason to or no excuse as to why you don't see them for who they truly are. in due time, and it ain't short. You know, it ain't gonna be a long time from now. It's a short time from now. We'll be able to expose those who really bought it and those who just bought it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and just bought it would be or indicate point to those who just want a bag, man. You know, and in order to get that bag, there's certain things that need to stay in play. You know, we want to go and cut that pipeline off. We're going to cut that pipeline all the way off, man. And let's see if brothers got really, if they really have any true ingenuity or creativity, you know, what they're going to do when we say, okay, enough is enough. You know, what they're going to do then? What are they going to say? What are they going to show you then? How are they going to pull y'all back in then? I got a suspicion. I got an idea of what they'll go to next. But before I let that happen, and before that occurs, I'm going to let you guys know what it is, you know? I'm going to let you know what it is. So just know, brothers is working, man. We're trying to get this shit together, man, because we think it's necessary for the people, the future of the people. That being said, got a couple of clips, man. Before I get into it, I want to send a shout out to Cinda, man, the hygienist, the mental hygienist. She was over here over the weekend. We did some content. Love sitting with her. Very insightful, very knowledgeable. You know, here's a woman, a sister, a black woman who says what she mean what she says, and has some lived experience, especially in that arena that a lot of us come from. You know, what she's doing for free. You know, when she come on this show, man, she come on this show, you know, like I said, man, just to, you know, impart to the people understanding, knowledge, and wisdom, man. Also, a better way to go about living your lives. You want to clean that junk out, man, and replace it with something positive and productive. That's her, you know, that's her motion. That's her move, and I appreciate her for it. So again, shout out to you, Cindy. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. This weekend, we dropped the new installment called The Groove Therapy. And it's dealing with those things surrounding or around mental health issues. You know what I mean? You know, let's be honest. Let's be forthright with what is going on in our community. A lot of it has to do with mental health. All right. Not necessarily mental illness and sickness. It's just mental health. We need to get our mental health up to par, up to speed, up to snuff. And this is where she come in. And like I said, I appreciate her. I hope that she knows that. So yeah, we're dealing with that, and we're gonna bring it to you guys free. All right. Again, you don't got to give us a dime on this get down right here. You know, this is free because it's for the people. That being said, I will drop that content tomorrow. For those of you who like to drive and do the things you do, you know, listen to the podcast while you do it. This is for you. You know, I mean, not very long, not overtly, you know, 45 minutes on one segment, an hour on another. Insightful stuff, impactful, actually, if you listen to it and allow it, you know, to direct you, you know, give you that assistance, that lead in terms of what you might want to do or who you can get at to help them along the way. All right. Let me put it to you like that. That being said, again, it's always an honor to be here. Before I get started, I got a few clips, man. All of them are relevant. At least I like to think that, you know, before I drop shit, I like to think that, okay, does this jive? You know, does it fit with what we do here on Under the Groove podcast when we're touching bases with the people? You know, so you guys be the judge of that. Let me read some of these comments right quick. Then we're going to get to this thing, man, that we call touching bases with the people and focusing on the focus. Lonzo, I see you, bro. Always an honor and a pleasure to see you around, man. Grand rising to you as well, bro. You know, peace to the kings and queens of the RGC. Hope all is well with you and your family. You're going to say that's that two-step joint right there. Oh, yeah, that Under the Groove beat. Yeah, you know, ain't nothing difficult, nothing complicated. That two-step, you right in it. You know what I mean? Just, hey, you know, it works. It works, man. Almost old school, right? Queen and Zingas, happy Monday and blessings to all the kings and queens in RGC. Let's get this week cracking with that black unity. Yeah, y'all. Yeah. That's what we need. A lot more unity. Black unity more than anything else. All right. Lisa Moore, how's a sister? Good to see you up in here, Lisa Moore. It's one of our queens, y'all. Grand rising family blessings to you, brother Bub. Peace, blessings, love to the kings and queens in the RGC. Be one black first. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yep. Chris, what it do? Like that intro, huh? Like that intro, huh? Lions time, baby. Said peace. Right back to you, bro. I can't recall you coming in here in any respect, man. You're more than welcome to be here. This is Under the Groove Podcast. Everything is above board here. First and foremost, it's about respect. We can agree to disagree, all right? Keep it respectful, all right? Ain't no ninjas up in here, ain't no bees up in here, man. You know, brothers and sisters, we trying to find a way back to one another. Man, be a part of that mission, man, that endeavor, man, if you will. And again, you're more than welcome to be here, man. Like and share while you're in the process of hanging out with us, if you don't mind. Appreciate your presence, bro. All right, Henry, what's happening, man? Ain't talk to you in a minute. Say peace and blessings to chat and brother Bud. Right back to you, homie. All love and respect, as you know. All right, my RGC Lonzo say, man, the Magic School Bus. All right. Yeah, Zoe, go in, man. What was that? Let me see. Okay, I'm in a great mood. LOL. That's beautiful, bro. That should be for all of us in a great mood. All right. We got them devils on the run. Believe it or not, that's true. That's true. And but that being said, we better be ready because they know time is ticking. In other words, time running out for them. And so whatever projects, schemes, programs that they have laying in wait, they're starting to kickstart that shit, man. They're starting to bring it to the forefront. You know, a lot of people want to say, okay, 2030 is when we got to know. It's now. It's now. They know time is running out, man. They are in panic mode. Let's put it like that. They're in panic mode, man. And we should keep them that way. But the only way to actually keep them that way and get them to go, you know, a step higher than that, level up on their ass, get them out of panic mode and then straight distress mode is to keep our thing going. We have to unite, man. We have to come together. We got to see that we are in this fight together. And there's really only one purpose for this fight, man. There's only one purpose. Don't get it twisted, man. You know, and that isn't just the unification or the reunification of the melanated persuasion. Nah, man, it's bigger than that. It's all encompassing, man. Our purpose is to take the world back. You know, I mean, to a lot of y'all, that might seem like a grandiose idea of thought, but that's the reality. That is what the purpose is all about. Is to take the world back. This was given to us. And we squandered it. We squandered it. So it's incumbent on us to take it back and then hand it out to those who are deserving. You know what I mean? We're the stewards of this, man. This whole planet is ours. So the purpose actually is to, yes, take this back, man. It was given to us. It was put in our care. We got to get control back of this situation, man, and make this thing right, man. Just, you know, not just for us, because I said there are other people. There are all kinds of people on the planet now. You know, when we got it, it was just us. They're here now. And we got to make this thing livable, man, for not just us, but for everybody else that deserves to live on it. Other than that, man, you know, if what we're doing is falls short of that, we're wasting time. We're wasting time. This fight may go on for another 20 years before it's all said and done. Who knows? But while we're in a position to put in place all those things that need to be put in place that will help structure those who coming up behind us to get them closer to the objective, hey, man, we got to do that. We got to do that. Ain't nobody else going to do it, man. And like I've said, like it's been said on this show before, people waiting on us. And no matter how they talk, man, we see the behavior. We see the mentality, the attitude, the hatred. We see that shit. And yet, what I do know is they look to us for their leadership, man. They look to us to get things right again. You know, some of y'all may not agree, some of them may not agree, but the majority of the people of the world know the truth, man. In order for this thing to go back to where it's supposed to be, we got to be at the vanguard, the forefront. We got to be the ones. I don't know. Maybe that's part of our punishment. I don't know, man. You know, but what I do know is it's incumbent on us to take back this planet because it was given to us to take care of. We failed that mission, you know, but we're in a position now to right a whole lot of wrongs that we committed first. I think one of our greatest sins is what we see happen amongst each other. You get that right, we on point. It'll be point seen, money gone, y'all. Only those who shoot dice know what I mean by that. Point seen, money gone. All right. Let me drop this clip, man, because like I say, man, this is some shit that's happening, and a lot of us are not aware. Because, you know, why is that? Look at what's put in front of us. Again, you know, we say this time and again, it becomes redundant, but it's true. It's actually what's happening. We're being distracted intentionally. We're being distracted intentionally. That means then our energy is not focused on what it needs to be, right? Or what it needs to be on. We aren't focusing on the focus. We're always caught up in some mumbo jumbo, some frivol, or just some nonsensical stuff taking place, especially around us. And the more we allow that stuff to exist, to sit within our boundaries, you know, in our vicinity, the more to spread out. And I tell you, man, people follow us, even when it's negative. But they'll follow us more when it's positive. And that's the work we got to put in, man, that work towards positivity. That's where we'll see the best results. We'll see the best results, man, when we start focusing on the focus and stop letting this stuff in our peripheral slow us down, stop us, and steal our attention, our focus. That's where that's happening at. All right? Real shit, man. Lonzo say, man, salute to Porky, both of them, for putting in that piecework, respect. Real talk, man. I sat with Porky last week. Like I say, man, this is one of the loved ones, man. This is a bro, man. I want to send a shout out also to OG Duck off the east side, 6 Deuce East Coast, man. Got a lot of respect for that brother as well, man. Taco, respect, man. My homeboy twin, you know, and Young Tough for sure, for sure. But there are a whole lot of other brothers who are doing the work. And I trust. Again, I'm just speaking for me, and my word is not bond. To me, it is. You know what I mean? I stand on what I think and what I do. Got some solid brothers, man, and I trust that they're doing the work, not just for the youth, man, but for the people. They see the people as a whole. That would include the old with the young and the in between. There are a lot of ancestors, brothers and sisters, who do that work, and they need to be recognized, you know, for the work they're doing, because this is some difficult stuff they're involved in. Real spit. They're up against a whole lot. And I'm beginning to see it firsthand. I've had an issue in the past about those nonprofits that just are nonprofits because they're just a hustle, you know? And I hear this often enough. It's being, you know, said in circles now out loud. It's just a hustle now. It's a grift, you know? It's a means or way to get the bag. And you know, say what you will for those of you who are in it for that. Yeah, I'm throwing shade. Yeah, because if you're going to go to the man to get these dollars to look out for the people, then that's what the hell you should be doing. You should not be lining your pockets, making sure your whip is fresh. You got a new lease on another car or something. You got some jewelry around your neck, rings on your fingers. Your apartment now is a little higher up than it was, you know what I mean, before you had this hustle. So, yeah, I'm totally against that, man. You know, I say that unapologetically. I don't, you know, I said that, and I ain't trying to take it back. If it's about the hustle and just to grift the bag, man, and you're not really in it for the people, then, man, yeah, you're doing a disservice, you know, yourselves, your family, and the community, man. And I'm totally against that, you know. Again, like I say, man, that used to be a thought I had about all nonprofits, but they're not all the same, you know. A lot of them actually do the work, you know, and may get very little out of it because they're using them dollars that the man gave them to help the people. Services, programs, support, you name it. You know, at the school, whatever, you know what I mean? They're actually doing the work, you know? So I support those people, those brothers and sisters. Everybody else, man, I don't give a dang about you, man. You know, and in due time, man, that shit's gonna come to a head, you know? We got to get to the point, y'all, where we support righteousness. You know, and this is coming from a brother who used to be just as evil as the rest of you, you know? Didn't give a flying flick about being righteous. You know, here I am in this space. Whatever it was that hit me, lit the fire in me, I appreciate it. I love the fact that it happened. I'm in this space now. You know, a lot don't agree with it. A lot are still scratching their heads. I'm pretty sure like that. Nah, man, what's the game? What is Bub up to? You know, no, man. I'm dead serious about this shit. I'm dead serious about this shit. You know, this shit is all wrong, y'all. It's all wrong. It's all wrong, man. Ain't nothing righteous about none of it, especially how we're treating each other. We got brothers in the streets hunting each other, man, as though they're game. You understand what I'm saying? Like they're buffalo or elephant, lions and tigers out in the Serengeti. We're hunting each other as though we're animals. The fuck happened, man? That's some messed up stuff, you know, if you think about it. So yeah, I'm on what I'm on for a reason. I appreciate my being here, my presence in this space. And to all those brothers and sisters that support what we're doing here on Under the Groove, man, UTG, thank you. And we're just getting started. This ain't never been about what a lot of those are about. It never was from day one. It never was, man. So we enjoy the fact that we have this support, man. So thank you all for that. All right, enough of that. You know, none but love and respect, man. I ain't got to, you know, harp on this like that, man. Y'all know what it is. This is why most of you come in, man, tap in. You know, truth to power is some real shit. It's some real energy, man. And it can move the crowd. It can move the crowd. Darmus Hoskins, America's recipe is overdue. Time for some reparations, and America should want to do it. Yeah, but we're dealing with a lot of, I don't want to say ignorant because they know. You know, ignorant is for those who don't know that know. They know. So, but we're dealing with a bunch of fools. A bunch of fools. You know? And they're so foolish, or they're foolish enough to want to resist and deny what is rightfully owed. See, now look at how I was just talking about the earth. They want to deny the people of the earth all its benefits, right? They want to make you pay for them. They want to make you pay for everything you get on an earth that is plentiful. That there's enough here to go around 100,000 times. Then if everybody here, we take care of it. You get it? But that's not how they're looking at this. We're dealing with fools, man, who would rather deny reparations, deny individuals, people of the world, of what is right, you know what I mean, what is humane. You know, they'd rather not give you that instead make you pay for it. Make you pay for it. And then everything you pay for is subpar if you really look at it. They're watering down everything so that it can go around 100 times for them, 100,000 times for them. They could benefit. They water it down enough. They cut it, you know, step on it like it was some dope, because that's really how they see it. It's a product. Everything's a product, and they make us pay for this shit. When in reality, man, this is ours. And it's here because it's free. Put it like that. It's free. This is how foolhardy they are, man. They rather find a scheme or a game, say, okay, you know, I don't know what evil they're working under or what forces pushes them to be this way, but it is what it is. And we got to see the big picture, man. We got to see that we're working against forces that have no empathy and no sympathy for the people of the world. That's just a fact, man. Anything they can get anything from, they will bleed a turnip dry, as the saying goes. And this behavior is becoming learned by other ethnicities and demographics. We're learning to act just like them. That's what they want. That's what they want. They need the majority of us to start thinking in terms of me, 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 me. If you get the majority of the people, half the people to act like that, then those very few who run everything, they'll never lose. They will be confident in their position, because then they got, let's say, 49% of the population doing their dirty work. And that's what it's going to turn out end up being, their dirty work. That's what we've been doing, their dirty work. Just think about that. Think about that. Yeah, Darmus, I'm tell you, man. Yeah, America's overdue, and maybe becoming undone. You know, if you really think about it, you know, in actuality, if we're on purpose, if we're on point like we're supposed to be, it should very well be the end of America as we know it. You know what I mean? That's the best thing for any of us. You know, because it's once this system is dismantled, the whole system will follow. It's a domino effect, because they all work under one system. You know, that's what I think, man. If they are to give reparations, there's something behind that. Trust and know that there's going to be something behind that. There's a plot, a plan, some scheme that they have in order to make reparations look like something that was necessary, that they thought was the right thing to do. They don't think right. They don't think in terms of the right thing to do. That's not their way of getting down, man. So we got to be mindful of all this shit that's going on. That's all I'm saying. Appreciate you in this Get Down, Darmus. Like I said previously, man, like and share this Get Down, brother. And if you haven't, subscribe to this podcast. We'd appreciate your participation, man, and your viewership with this channel, man. Real spit. All right. Giuliano Santana, you say, Bub, so proud of you and your growth, big bro. This your young partner from Crenshaw Season District. Crenshaw and Season District. Hey, man, love and respect. Love and respect. Appreciate you tapping in. You know, yeah, that Crenshaw District is also very, very important to the cause, man, to our forward motion. You brothers over there got to know that. You know, I mean, there are spots all over this city, you know, Southern California, you know, that hold pockets of brothers and sisters who are needed in this Get Down. When we're talking about something totally different than what we're used to, we don't need, man, some of the best, you know, involved in this transition, because that's what it's going to end up being, a transition. So, man, the Crenshaw District, of course, man, has to be a part of that movement, man. And yeah, that's what it is, actually, a movement. And again, some of you don't see it, some of you do. It is a movement. And back to what I was saying, for those who don't believe this is real, just keep watching. You know, just keep watching. You know, it's as real as it's gonna get. It's as real as it's gonna get. And what I get out of this, I get to see my brothers, man, come together, man. That's, you know, for me, there's no greater reward, you know, just to see us, man, just respectfully, man, loving and embracing one another, man. That's it. That's all that matter, man. We attain that, we get that. Every one of them spots I just mentioned throughout Southern California, Northern California, this shit's gonna change overnight, man. It's going to change overnight, because now we have our focus. Now we're no longer distracted by the BS. Now we can start putting our energy towards our growth, our maturation. You know what I mean? Our empowerment. That's all that matters, man. That's all that should matter to any of us, man. Getting us on point, because it's bigger than us, man. It's the people. So appreciate you, Giuliano. Yeah, and shouts out, man. Love and respect to the Crenshaw District as well, bro. And send one out to my guy, my OG Looney, man. Love and respect, bro. Love and respect. Okay, you're going to say, hold on, man, there's more. He say, Bub, man, so proud of you and your growth, big bro. This your young partner from the Crenshaw and Season District. I think that's correct, yeah. He said, we was in Corcoran with you. Pocket Donnie, RIP, man, Big Ant, Showboat, Bowlegs, and those I may have forgotten. Yeah. You done went back some decades. Extremely proud of your growth. Always been solid and authentic in any circle you partake in. Man, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, man. All right. Real spit, man. And again, man, just thank you, bro. I'm about to go into that. Hey, man, yeah. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Appreciate you putting that out there, man. All right, little Travis from Acres Home said, man, what's the deal, G? Tell us something good, man. Hey, man, it's a grand rising, first and foremost. And we say this a lot on this Get Down, everybody, man. When the spirit touches us, man, and we open our eyes, man, that's us coming back into life, coming back into animation. We're up and running. The thing about that is, man, the spirit didn't touch everybody when them eyes open, whether it was 5 a.m., 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whenever you got up, somebody didn't get up. Somebody didn't get that touch. They think, man, you in. You know what I mean? The coach didn't say going in if they didn't get up. That's some solid shit, man, when you think about it. We are privileged. That we are blessed. We're fortunate to have opened our eyes, man, when that grand rising took place. And we're able to stand on 10, on 5, on 6, however many toes you got. We're able to stand erect, man, and go about your day. Make of it what you will. You get it? Ain't nothing like that, bro. There's nothing greater than that opportunity taking place then and there in that moment. That's the truth, homie. Because now your brain is lit, You got them little pit, they popping. They okay, man, what's on the agenda? All boom. Before you know it, you done processed your day, what you know you need to do, what you got to do, what must be done. You're out there, man. You're out there. Everybody didn't get that. Everybody didn't get that. Again, some were not able to open their eyes. They didn't get that touch. That spark did not happen for them. They were not activated. And then there are some who were. They couldn't move, man. Trust. Millions of people. For every day that this occurs, this grand rising, there are millions who cannot get to that point where we are right now. Think about that shit. Eyes wide open, but can't move out of the bed. That's what's happening, man. We are fortunate, blessed, like I say, you call it what you want, to the point where we receive something, man, a whole lot did not. That's what we need not take for granted. So I'm saying that to say that, man. That's something good. And make the best of this shit, y'all. I'm telling you, tomorrow's not promised to not any of us. It's real spit, man. This is why we're supposed to take advantage, man, for every waking hour, every hour we have, and we're able. Let's make the best of it, man. Even if it's a little baby step, there's progress. A lot of us can't make the big steps, leaps and bounds, others can. But any movement towards something positive, man, is movement, bro. That's positivity. That's energy at work. You're using it. You're utilizing it. Stay on that shit. If you're granted that same opportunity tomorrow that you've been given today, consign yourself, man. If it was a baby step today, tomorrow you want 3 of them. That's it. That's something good, man. See, that's the mind, man. You on some real shit. In your mind, you want to keep it on that, bro. I think that's what's happening. There shouldn't be no ifs, ands, and buts about that. It should always be about positivity and progression and positivity. You know, it's progress, man, and thinking on a level where, you know what, man, I got to make the best of this right here, right now. That's what's happening. That's something good. Grand rising to each and every one of y'all, man. All right, straight up. Darman said, man, we got to take our household back first as head of the household. Yeah, there's a lot of work, no matter how you look at it. And again, so we've been, in that respect, again, we've been distracted. We've been hoodwinked and bamboozled, you know. Whatever we saw in our peripheral was strong enough for us and make us turn our head, man, and lose focus on what it was, no matter what we were going through. Yeah. If it's about getting control of the household, being a father, being a husband, you know, doing all those things, providing, protecting, you know, being the man. If it's about that, then it should be about that, man. But it should only be about that if that's for it. We're doing righteous work as men. You get it? That's why that should happen. For no other reason. You're doing a man's work. You're doing man shit, man things. You know, that's it. You're going to say, man, we got too many deadbeat dads in our community. That's true. No doubt about that. Why is that, though? Why is that? Yes, to a great extent, or to an extent, a lot of that is, you know, the fault of our own, us making mistakes. But the room for mistakes, the shit was placed out there, not accidentally. Things were done to put a lot of our brothers, our fathers, in a position where, you know, damn, there was room to make mistakes. A lot of things are in play, y'all. I'm not saying excuse deadbeat dads, because even when shit is rough, man, you got to toughen up, man. Hey, ride it out. You know, I get it. But this shit comes from somewhere. And I'm saying we're not victims, but let's not lose sight of the fact that, back to what I started to say, man, we are at war. We have been. And we cannot not be mindful of warfare is or what it has been, especially in regards to us, Black men. And I'm not in no shape or form minimizing Black women and what they've been through. This should piss us off enough, man, to think, hey, man, them first. Let's make sure they're, you know, this is all the more reason there shouldn't be deadbeat dads, absentee fathers, whatever. This is all the more reason brothers ought not be in the streets hunting one another. All this stuff has an effect. It has an impact. It has an impact. True that. True that, man. And we got to step it up. We got to step it up, man. If we don't, yeah, man. What we're doing, we're lacing our sons, man, and our daughters to carry on, to be in that space, to act the same way, to show and expose, you know, be the example that they see. Put it like that. They're following footsteps, man, where there shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Should be no footsteps in that direction. The lead should always go towards something in terms of what we're talking about now, fatherhood, you know, being a man, you know, taking care of the family, protecting, providing, you know, doing that which is righteous. You know, that's that direction we're supposed to be in. Where we're more concerned about love and respect, not just for others, but ourselves. That's the direction we're supposed to be headed in. Those footsteps are the ones to be followed. So yeah, bro, we got work to do, no doubt. We got work to do. And again, yeah, I think the only way for us to really understand and know how to protect our queens, you know, our goddesses, our queens, our mothers, our wives and daughters, is to get our act together. Get our act together. I was watching something the other day, I was talking about this last week. Somebody sent me something just last night. It wasn't the other day. Brothers and sisters fighting one another. Now you had maybe 8 people, 2 on 2, 4 groups of people fighting one another, brothers and sisters. But you had like 30 or 40, mostly brothers, with the cell phone. This is some crazy work, man. This is crazy work. Everybody want to have that viral shot, you know. Everybody want their shit to go viral. This is what we've come to. This is what we come to. Yes, some black men have a lot of work to do, man. For real, for real. You mean to tell me out of that 30-something brothers, I sure try to count them, man, you know, but everybody moving around trying to vie for the best spot so they can record. You mean to tell me 5 of y'all, there weren't 5 in that crowd that went, 8 in that crowd that went and break these brothers and sisters up, say, man, this ain't what's happening. We got a lot of work to do, no doubt. We got a lot of work to do. So I hear you, Darmus. Yep, in order to get your household right, got to get yourself right first. That's the whole point. Thank you. Fat Rat, what it do, loved one? Say peace to you and RGC, Big Bo. Right back to you, Fat Rat. Love and respect, man, to you and the family, as well as the extended family, man. All love and respect, bro. Good to see you hanging out. Good to see you hanging out, man. Alonzo say, man, it starts with self first, then family, then community. Absolutely. Absolutely. There it is. Those are the gems right there, Darmus. There you go. It starts with, man, what it starts with, self. Self first. Okay, you online, though. You say true that. All right. Appreciate that, Alonzo. That's how you step into the game, man. Yes, sir. You're going to say, Lonzo, man, the Most High got the battle part. We get right, send them praises. We do it right, it's over. All right. Darby say distractions have definitely messed us up. Yeah, you know, and it's like, you know, again, man, we just so shiny things, man, make us, for whatever reason. I want to say what I want to say, but I don't want to say it because I think it plays to this narrative that was said about us so long ago. But I'll say it like this, excuse me. Shiny things distract us, or things that tend to make us think they're full of attention. You know what I mean? We're distracted by those things that glare out, that blur, that shine, that, you know what I mean, that stand out. You know what I mean? We're distracted by this shit like easily, you know, and I think that's part of the problem. But again, we're talking about a conditioning. We're talking about how we've been conditioned over time to be attracted to distractions that mean us no good. That mean us no good, man. So when we talk about, hey, man, getting it together, you know, yeah, it starts with self first. You cannot, a group of dudes can't get and think, you know, things going to change because we got together. If the individuals in that group are not mindful of what the changes need to be self first, he ain't going to accomplish nothing, if anything at all, you know? So it starts with self. I have to agree with Alonzo. It's self first, then household, absolutely, and then community. And this is where we need to be on point at. Appreciate that, man. Raymond Sko, what's up with it, bro? Good to see you up in here hanging out. Say salute, bud. Peace to you and your family, bro. Respect to the RGC. Black first, everybody. And peace and prosperity, you and yours. Roscoe, you know the business, man. And also a shout out to the Rays, man, from Pasadena, Inglewood to LA, man. Love and respect to each and every one of you brothers. You know, there that is, you know. There that is. May everything be everything, knowing that in, Roscoe. Yep. All right, I was ready. All right, B60, I see you up in here, bro. What's happening with it? I'm finna drop this clip, y'all, because I thought, again, you know, I tend to look at shit in terms of perspective, or what the message what could be generated from the piece in terms of messaging and shit like that, you know. So I got a couple of them, and I thought that they were very powerful. Give us a little more insight, man, on what's happening, because what's happening is some real shit, and it ain't necessarily for us. All right. That being said, let me move this out the way. Okay. Let me go up in here. I got them in here. I know oh shit. Okay, we did that. Appreciate that, sister's poetry. For real, for real. Okay. Now, I was saying this a minute ago about what I think, and it's just my opinion, our purpose is what it's about. And I think, like I said, I think we were made stewards of this world. And for whatever reason, we dropped the ball. You know what I mean? In any respect, man, this world was given to us originally. You know, now everyone's here, and as stewards of said world, a lot of those who are here are a responsibility. And I don't mean in the same mindset as the master. You know what I mean? I don't mean that at all like that, you know. But I think that in terms of how this world should conduct itself, what it should be about, the unity, the you know, the love, the respect, dignity, things of that nature, even having history, you know, that is all positive, you know, whatever, you know. I think in that respect, we are stewards. We're supposed to be, not masters, you know, not those who dictate or who are tyrannical, want to run everything and everybody. I don't think that's our nature per se. I don't. But I have this conviction that we're the stewards of this earth, man. And it is our job, our responsibility. We are the ones who's supposed to take care of this earth. So if something is wrong with it, then it's on us to correct that wrong, to make it right. You know what I mean? That's what I think. And I think that a lot of other people, not like us, think that as well. They know this to be a fact. You know? So let me hit y'all with that. I got this clip for y'all, man. Like I said, I think it's relevant. I think it's relevant. Okay, let me go in here. Check this out.
Y'all single-handedly own the power, and you can't even see it. They know that y'all single-handedly hold the cards to all of this shit in this nation. God, please just wake up and see what kind of control you actually.
She said the nation. I say the world. The world
have. If you really want to get technical, y'all are the ones that can save this country. Because the minute that y'all actually see through their bullshit is when they lose their wealth. Talk about white privilege. They will lose their wealth. They bank on y'all. They bank on y'all remaining stagnant with their bullshit. I can't wait to see this shit unfold, because I'm going to tell you, there's one by one, they waking up. Y'all better get ready. One by one, they're waking up to rich man's bullshit. And they're seeing, and they're standing their ground. And once they lose the black vote, it's on like a Donkey Kong.
All right. Now, I have to say it's deeper than that, you know. And she's only seeing as far as her lens will allow her to envision the real coming, of the real awakening of us as a people. You know what I mean? I just think, you know, her ability to see what she see is good. It's good. But there is something she sadly sad to say, she can't see beyond that. And there's a whole world that opens up beyond what he's talking about. You know, when she has the insight to see and say, hey man, as soon as y'all wake up, they lose their will. She's not realizing that what she's saying is when y'all wake up, this system here in America collapses. She's not realizing all the other Western powers collapse as well. All of them collapse. She don't even see that far, but she see far enough to understand that, oh shit, if black people in America woke up, this shit would be over tomorrow. That's some deep shit. But we got to be able to tap into, you know, that third eye, man, and envision what it is. You know what I mean? Be able to see, not just see it, but know how to go about bringing that into reality, man. This movement. We aren't woke here. We aren't woke here yet. We haven't awakened here yet. And when that occurs, when that happens, man, boom. As they know it, it all stops. It ends. It's over. You know, they know this. Those who she's talking about, they know it. I mean, no doubt about it. They know it without a doubt that that's going to be the, you know, the consequence. And that consequence is not their demise per se, but their downfall. You know, some of them, they see a lot of shit we don't see. But again, their vision is kind of limited. You know, it's limited. I mean, she has a great point. One of those points is, again, this voting thing. Okay, I get the idea behind it, but I'm telling you, it's not for us. And as long as they can keep us in that game, man, then we'll be, you know, in a lot of ways, we'll be stuck, expectant, and dependent on them. That's the play. That's the play, man. The vote is the play to keep us dependent. That's the fucking play. To keep us thinking that vote is going to bring change. You know, man. No, it's not. You know, no, it's not. No, it's not. The more we go out and vote and call ourselves doing what's right for us based upon whatever our beliefs is or what we trust in terms of the political apparatus, voting and all that, the more one of them politicians will show you this is all a game. And they're showing you by the actions they take, the things that come out of their mouths, what they vote for. What they'll vote for would tell you the whole story. You know, there's no reason any of us should be misled by this thing they call the vote. You know, and again, it's a trap. It's a trick. They'll tell us in a minute, oh, yeah, the vote got you civil rights and da-da-da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. No, man, that was the play. That was the play. The play was, okay, give them that because, you know, if we go to war with them, you know, it'll be a wrap. You catch more bees with honey than you do vinegar. Let them have that. And as a result, we're going to integrate all of them. Excuse me. That's what the vote did. The vote further integrated us into a system that does not support us. Man, I know. A lot of y'all think, I know. I have family that trusted that shit. Yeah, I know. You know, we're staking our beliefs and lives on it to some extent, some of us. The vote, man, doesn't do jack for us. It just don't, man. They just had a primary. This Jewish lady, she's a politician. When SCOTUS, the Supreme Court, allowed the Republicans to redraw voting districts, she lost part of her district. All right. Schultz, what's that lady's name? She just won a primary. I hate when that happens. I know who I'm talking about, but I'd rather have who I'm talking about. You know, in the conversation rather than that lady or such, you know. So let me grab this right quick. Democrat who just won a primary in a majority black community, I think in Florida. Ah, there we go. So this white woman, this Jewish person, the Republicans redrew her voting district. And rather than stay there and fight for the people she had been fighting for decades, she's been in politics in that seat for like 20-something years. She abandoned the seat and said, well, let me go down to Florida, an all black, a majority black district, a historical black district and seat, and take that seat from them blacks and let me, the white woman, represent, you know, you black folk. All the other candidates were black. The sister who was supposed to really win the seat, I don't know how this shit played out or like it did, but it did. A year ago, she got brought up on charges of fraud or embezzlement or something. So she's under investigation. And they got the, you know how the media go, went in on her. She got maybe only 17% of the vote, man. So they found a way to, discredit her. But you had 3-4 other blacks in a majority black district lose to a white woman that had never been in the district, don't know nothing about the district, a historically black seat. The blacks voted her in. This the bullshit we up against. This the shit we up against, man. And as long as that is occurring, as long as shit like that continues to happen, man, that should be enough that should be enough, man, to tell each and every one of us, hey, man, something ain't right about this whole situation. Because I don't give a flying flick what nobody say. I just can't buy that, man. She got there near 50% of the vote. All the rest of them had 18%, 17%, Here was this person from a whole nother district, man. Went and took this historically black seat from a black majority voting block to represent them blacks. Man, this shit is crap, man. This is a game, man. And I'm telling y'all, in a lot of respects, votes or voting it's a scheme, man. It's a scheme made us to believe that our vote matter. This is how they keep us in this game, in that part of the matrix, to make us think that, okay, we voted in whoop the whoop the whoop, and we got whoop the whoop whoop passed as a bill or whatever, as a law, whatever. No, man. Them is just kickbacks, not labeled as such. Those are things being done so that we could think that this shit works for us. And the reality is it does not. The worst part of this is that a lot of us will not read the Constitution, what it says, not just, the Constitution itself, but the preamble. Man, they're telling you, period, point blank, that this country that they came and took from us is a country they're establishing for them. And they use the words, white people. Now, that shit was 300, 200 some years ago. To this day, they haven't changed or revised the wording. I don't know if they're going to tell us, we do that. We keep it like that for historical context. We want to know, we wanted to show the true history of the writing, not the way of thinking. Man, bullshit. This shit is all a game, boy. To them, it's a game. And that game is to keep us thinking that if we participate in the system, man, that it's going to do something for us. And we tend to think that, okay, every time we think that something matters to us, get passed, the vote matters. The vote counts. It's bullshit, bro. That's something that they could just, they can throw a dog a bone, homie, anytime they want. This shit is to make us dependent on the system, to trust the system to work for us when we know damn well it does not. And I'm telling you, man. So I've never been one to say, hey, man, go out and vote. I'm going to be the one to tell you, hey, man, y'all better stop falling for that shit. Straight up. I know the rhetoric. I know the talk about 1965 voting rights. I know about the, oh man, we protest and we walk. Hey man, listen, man, these people, this is what they do. Again, man, they got think tanks, man, on levels, man, and none of us will be able to even comprehend. They think 50 years ahead of us, 100. We think a day. How we think, man, has been affected based upon the miseducation we've been given. See, we think like slaves that want a handout. We don't think like men who saying, hey, man, fuck that, let's get ours. I don't need you to give me shit. Fuck your vote. Why I need you? Why the fuck I need you? Any man would think that way. Why I need you, man? I don't need you, man. The fuck you gonna give me, man? I already know what you done gave my people. Why would I fuck with you? We've been conditioned, man, to think like slaves, y'all. And I'm telling you, this shit, it ain't nothing nice, but hey, it, for some of y'all, hey, man, that's some bullshit. But okay, it's my bullshit then. It's mine. You tell me, share with yourself what voting has gotten you. This 2026 now. Keep up with the times. Don't keep talking about no shit that was actually, that was thrown to us as a means to keep the country from going to war with itself. Because we were in that mind state. We were ready. We were primed to go. They shut that shit down, man, and threw us a bone. A vote that don't mean shit. Just made us more independent, just like integration. A lot of you ain't gonna see that. That's fine. But I'm not gonna ever tell somebody to go vote, man, because I'm telling you, man, it's a game. It's a game. Black people ought to know that better than anybody. And just me. And I don't mean no disrespect to any of you who advocated, supported, and all that. Yeah, that's fine. Let's agree to disagree. But if we're gonna stand up, be men and women, black men and women, kings and queens, we got to stop being dependent on others' apparatuses and handouts. We got to stop being, again, expected for people to do for us when we have the ability. And that's not no fluff, man. That's not a lie. We have more ability than any on the face of this earth to do whatever we put our minds to. No one can stop that. So we're allowing a lot of this shit to happen by not stepping up our game. That's it. We're in this position because we are allowing this shit to happen. We want to continue to think like they want us to, with a slave mentality, a dependent mentality. That's all, But yeah, when we wake up, that's when they'll go to sleep. That's when they'll go to sleep. We'll put their asses to sleep. That's all I got to say about that. Where was I? Let me jump up in here, man. All right, here I go. I thought I was there. Yeah, I see you up in there, B60 again, man. Love and respect, bro. Okay, I'm gonna pick up right here. Darmus Hawkins say, man, they should want to get right. They should want to get right with us too. I imagine you talking about those who run everything. That's not in them to be that way, though. You know, it's just not. I mean, somebody's. I see you greeting Sam. I don't see Sam up in here yet. Okay. Oh, there you go. Yeah, just not yet, man. Alonzo said, Bub, man, it's about saving lives. That's what we do. Yeah, you know. But not to black people anyway. Sam said, man, I'm glad to be here on time, man. I appreciate seeing you, Sam, man. All love and respect, peace, prosperity in your fam, bro. Damn, excuse me, y'all. Yeah, man. Lonzo say, man, the world is turning against America and Israel. Yeah, and then what? What, you know, once they, you know, and leave it up to, I don't know, for whatever reason, I tend to think that Israel actually run this shit. You know, they're more ensconced, they're more embedded in the politic of the country, the finance of the country, the running of the country, and now the military of the country, that they're one and the same damn near. You know what I mean? If you really think about it. They've been planning this for a very, very, very long time, Israel. And you've had Americans who have been here planning right along with them, you know, right along with them. They've been in place and waiting for their time to be activated. And this is what you see occurring, if you ask me. It's almost like them people, them swastika people, how they had people embedded, you know, during that war, number 2, in the country, you know, trying to upset shit, overturn the cart, you know. But for those ish people that were here, they were able to, oh no, they, you know, and sound the alarm. Now, by the same token, they, you know, stop that, you know, that infiltration, throwing that wrench into the machinery, them stopping that swastika people, right? At the same time, the ish people told them, y'all need to go get so and so, so and so, so and so, and so and so from the swastika homeland, scientists and shit like that, economists, you know, go get them and bring them over here because we want to know how they've been doing shit. And that's what they've done. So the ish people been here a long time as well, putting their pieces in place. That's what they've been doing. And they've been able to turn the table on those swastika people that were brought here, scientists and all these professionals, so to speak, as well as American politicians. They've been able to set families in place and say, hey, man, by such and such, we're going to need little BB to be in a position and ready to do the bidding of the state. You know, and that's what we see occurring. Now, couple that with the fact that they practically won't run the financial world. Let's be honest. The entertainment world, the sport, whatever, you name it. They got a hand in that shit, and more than a hand. You know, just, you know, put all that together, man. It should be no surprise then that they are here doing what they're doing because they made the moves. These are the same people that said what they said about us. I can't say this shit enough, man. They admit that more than an Arab, more than a Palestinian, Iraqi, Syrian, Lebanese, you know, somebody from Lebanon, we are the greatest threat to them. Come on, man. That's not fluff. That's not somebody talking out the side of their neck, man. You know, these people have been in warfare for 70, Well, in modern times, a long time. Now you want to go back in historical, they've been at it for a long time. No one wants them there. No one trusts them. You know, they're uncouth. They're, you know, they're connected, you know, to the most evil, whatever, right? But here they are, man, they're saying out loud, blacks are the greatest threat, man, to Israel. Period, point blank. And they said that in Atlanta, Chocolate City. The audacity, man. And we don't see this shit, though. We tend to think that, hey, man, it's okay, man, da-da-da. They've infiltrated American politics. This is why you see most black politicians supporting AIPAC. It's a reason for that. They're embedded in the politics. They're telling them, give them that, make them, calm them down, because we need to execute our plan. Make them think what we want them to think. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Them people are here. They're running shit. I was just telling y'all last week, man, these people are out here, man, training with the American military, training with the LAPD, the sheriffs. They training. They're already here, man. But we don't want to see that part. You know, we can't see that part because that's the part they don't want us to see. This is why we got these distractions and shit. So if y'all training IDF over here, training with American military, police department, sheriff departments, you know, that's something y'all don't want to see. Y'all create something and we look this way while y'all doing what y'all doing. And our peripheral is so blinded and blocked because our everything is on that. We don't even see what's being put in place. All kind of shit going on, y'all. And we sitting up thinking like we know what's happening. And we, you know, far from the truth, man. We don't. We don't. And they've gotten it. And I'm telling you, they're good at what they do. They're good at what they do. You got to take my word for it. You don't have to take my word for it. They are good at what the hell they do. And they doing some good work against us. We keep talking about some BS, man, while they getting it done. Okay, let me find my place, man. Damn. Okay, again, hey, Sam, good to see you up in here, bro. Good to see you up in here. And I was gonna say, man, the world is turning against America and Israel. Yeah, but they're going to fight to keep with, you know, control, hegemony. Israel want to control the Middle East. America control everything else. So if Israel can get control of the Middle East, guess what's next? Guess who's next? The continent, the motherland. That's how that was going to work. For whatever reason, Iran has decided to be the thorn in their side. They see the big picture. Iran has went out his way to say to blacks in America, hey, man, y'all been worked. We been knew y'all was the people, you know. Oh, we're not just saying this. Remember 1979? We released all black hostages. They were the only ones we let go. We kept all the rest. That was 1979. That was over 40 years ago, 47 years ago. That shit actually happened. They're not making that up. That's not a lie. You can say what you want, you know, and the media can throw in there what they want about Iran, how they see blacks and how they, you know, hey, it's all propaganda, you know, but that fact remains. Every black hostage out of 400 and some people, they let go immediately. So y'all go. Y'all ain't did none of. Today they're at war with these two demons, these two evil powers, and they're saying to black people, hey man, y'all, every time we got to tell y'all, man, you know, Iran in its way is stopping the movement and flow of whatever the plan Israel and the United States have on the world. And again, they play that game. They tell the West, hey, y'all, it's a new world order. If we all gonna have the power, we're gonna share it. It's what they tell the West. It's what they telling them. They even told, Japan, they did South Korea, they tell, hey man, y'all in, other Asian, y'all in, but then some of them ain't believing, they ain't trusting it. So they ain't joined forces with them yet. That's why you don't see this influx of other countries saying, we got your back, America and Israel against Iran. Now they see shit, they just don't know how to play it. But Iran is a thorn in Israel's side. They get rid of Iran, they run the whole Middle East and then Africa. And then everything else. They get to start, shooting orders, demanding shit. Pakistan, India, with America's help. While America control the whole East, the whole West. Where that game go, man? I think. Yeah, but, again, tides may be turning. Who knows? One thing for sure, man, the only way to actually bring that thing and that whole apparatus to bring it down is if we wake the fuck up. That's what I think. Until we do, man, this is what they're going to continue to lay down tracks. Yeah, you see the world kind of changing and going against, Israel, but they're not going against America. Yeah, man. All right, Antonio, I see you up in there hanging out with us, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. He said, well, the black vote is gone. Darman said, well, the black vote is gone. I think we lost everything. Again, man, look at what just happened. A major sellout issue. One of them raccoons, Hakeem Jeffries, just did some scandalous shit, man, for Israel. Just, I think maybe 3 days ago. I didn't get to, read the whole piece and check it out, but I, no doubt in my mind, he did some scandalous shit. The two main sellouts is Hakeem Jeffries and Hakeem Jeffries and Cory Booker. Cold sellouts. Oh, Cory Booker is cold though. He wants to be a Jewish guy. Everything he does for Israel. But most of our black politicians, what they do in terms of votes, they vote for Israel. That's just how that goes, bro. That's the game. Fat Rat Man, what's up? Fat Rat said a steward is someone entrusted to manage, protect, and care for something that belongs to someone else. The word comes from Old English stagward, keeper of the hall. That root is the whole ideal. So for most of y'all, I don't know. I look at it like this, Fat Rat. And, I'm not going to go into explain terms of what I believe, who I all that shit, This was created by something I have no knowledge of. So I say to that, whatever that is that created this, that's who it belongs to, or this is who it belongs to. Now, whatever that is, again, that created this has made it in such a way, or it's been created in such a way to where we are part of this creation. You know what I mean? We've been given this situation, man, to live off of it and to take care of it. Whatever it was that created this does not need to necessarily have a physical presence here to say, hey, this is my shit, and I'm just, I'm renting it out or letting you stay, you're squatting here, whatever the case may be. My point is this, man, pure and simple. I think that whatever created this situation, that what we call life or living life on this globe or whatever we want to call it, man, whatever that is, whoever that is, did that knowing that we were going to be the ones to be here and to take care and maintain this get down. I don't necessarily believe, or I don't necessarily use that word often either. I don't trust that this is ours. You know what I mean? We own this. I'm not I don't get down like that. I don't think like that. You know what I mean? We're part of this. That doesn't necessarily make us owners of it. We're just connected to it. You know? And I think being that we were the first to do or be put on in this position, then yeah, we are the ones who are, I think, stewards in terms of its maintenance and making sure, hey man, we don't hurt Mother Earth. You know what I mean? Everything that's provided for us that she puts before us is for us to have. You know, it's here in abundance because of that. You know, we don't, hey, you know, I'll trade you because you can't grow this over here. I grow that. We can trade. You know, we can do, you know, that. I ain't got to sell you shit. I ain't got to own it. I ain't got to monopolize it. That's not the purpose. You know, I hope I'm making sense, man. But I think because we were brought here first, we were created first, that we are the stewards. If there's another word, it's fine. But anyway, to the upkeep of this planet, man, you know? And in that, I mean to take care of it, man, to respect it, worship it even, because there are some of us who do, you know? Respect it and let it be known that it needs to be respected. That's part of that stewardship, I think, you know? That's what I mean by that. And I'm not saying you're saying, hey, bub, no, you got it wrong. No, I get it. But that's what I think. Whatever the Bible says about the presentation of earth, whatever garden or whatever that was given to whoever, whenever, it's clear that this is for you. Take care of it. That's how I see the whole situation, man. That's how I think we're supposed to be dealing with this situation. This is why I think it's necessary for us to wake the fuck up and in a hurry. Because if we don't, man, they will hoard this place out. And before you know it, it's not going to be livable. They'll be selling us air. In fact, they already are. You know, they'll be doing something to the air so that they'll have to sell us air in order for us to survive or to have air. You know, this is why this is urgent. This is why we need to start thinking in terms of we are the keepers of this earth, man. That's me and my thoughts on that, you know. And then tell me what you think, though. Again, Fat Rat says, man, a steward is someone entrusted to manage, protect, and care for something that belongs to someone else. The word comes from Old English, stegward. Stegward, yeah. Keeper of the hall. That root is the whole idea. And Darman said, man, word, yes, her ability, word, yes, her ability, see, I agree. Lonzo said, no reparations, no black agenda, no vote. Fat Rat continues with responsible without ownership. That type of steward, bug. And again, like I say, I don't think we own this planet. You know what I mean? However, I think we're a part of it to the extent whereas we help to keep it flourishing. You know what I mean? I don't think any of us should own a redwood tree, a mountain, you know, an acre, lay claim to something that I don't think was created or evolved to what it is for us to say, this is mine. You know, I don't think that. I think that the land, the earth in and of itself, the oceans, whatever, man, the mountains, valleys are open to the people, wherever they choose to be. If I want to leave or traverse the world, there should be no one telling me, oh, this is my border. You can't cross it. Man, this is earth. You didn't make this. Who gave you ownership of this? Nah, homie, that's just me. That's just me, homie. You know? I think boundaries may be necessary, but I don't think to an extent where people cannot move through them on whatever trek they're on. You know what I mean? I think that maybe that's part of the problem. You know, man has decided that the earth is mine, and it's not. It's not. The earth belongs to no man or woman. It just doesn't. And I'm not speaking religiously. I think that's should be common sense, man. That's it. You know, that's me. Dharma said, man, I wouldn't bank reparations, but it is their receipt. They'll probably get reparations because, again, it's always going to be something behind the giving if they give it reparations. You know, the thinking is, let's say, for instance, okay, you got 40, anywhere between 40, close to maybe 50 million blacks. I don't know if all those or what a lot of people want to call original blacks here or what FBA or whatever. You know what I mean? Because there are so many coming from throughout the diaspora, from the continent, from the islands, whatever. And they're being lumped into that category. You know, because to this day on applications, I'm pretty sure they don't say, are you Nigerian? Are you South African? Are you, you know, are you black / a black American? And then they'll give you other, you know what I mean? But they don't name that specifically. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that, you know, for me, man, I think that if you got this number of people and they got the work, they got the roles, they got the names, they know, trust and know this, y'all, they know who to give that money to if they decide to give it. And again, that's going to be dependent upon, determined based upon whether or not they can make you spend it or give it right back. That's what I think that's based upon. You know what I mean? But yeah, they know who to give the money to. So you give that money, let's say to, and I don't think the whole 40 million, it depends again on the ancestry and what they know to be, you know, the facts in the case. They give man that money up, man, and trust and know, man, they're gonna know that out of the 40 or so million that may get it, man, more than 30 are gonna squander it. They're gonna give it right back. They're gonna give it right back in some form or fashion. They know that. They know that, hey man, that won't hurt the economy. In fact, it'll be a boom for the economy. They know this shit. So it's something other. There's another angle they're working at or working on as to why they haven't decided it yet. Something else is going on, you know. I don't know what that is. I can't say. You know, I can't say. I don't know. They might want the economy to damn near crash and then turn around and get the money up and it'd be almost worthless. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, there's so many ways, man, so many games they play. But yeah, if they get that money up, they're not worried about it coming back into the system, you know. Excuse me. They're not worried about that. Lisa Moore says, no vote. I agree. No damn votes, man. Dharma said, man, Pharaoh had to come down. 100% vote has distracted us. Alonzo, in response to Dharma, said, Pharaoh did and Rome too. Yeah. Yeah. Dharma said, drop the mic, man. A system that don't support us. What it do, Pope? I see you, bro. Just got in UTG Live, man. What it do, bub? And shout out to them Royal Group peoples. RGC B1 Black First. Salute right back to you 3 times, bro. How you living, man? Yeah. Keep pushing. Keep that movement, man. That momentum, that motion. Good to see you amongst us, brother. Peace, prosperity, you and the fam. All right. Dharma said, man, pretty soon the neighborhood gonna not be black anymore. Well, damn, you behind, bro. If you say pretty soon not gonna, no, they are not anymore. And I'm just, I think that's a fact. The neighborhoods are no longer black. In order to find all black neighborhoods, you got to go back south. You got to go to Detroit, Chicago, you know what I mean? Even New York is losing its ethnic, its base. It's, black areas, you know what I mean? Bed-Stuy and all this, and Bronx, all that. Brooklyn, that's gone. That's gone. In LA, there are maybe just a few black neighborhoods left, if that. They're being infiltrated. Blacks are being displaced daily. Daily. I'm at the DMV Friday. I think that was Friday. Renewing, their driver like shit. And I'm about tired of that too. I'm going to figure that shit out too, because I'm tired of these people. And to figure out how the commercial vehicle shit work. Because Anyway, I'm in there. I'm in line. I'm at window 30, man, getting a new photo taken and shit. I see this Hispanic dude, this Latino, whatever, Mexican, leading maybe 30 people past all the lines. Everybody stopped looking at who the fuck are these people jumping ahead of us in line. Out of the 30, I see 3, maybe 4 black brothers. All the rest were Latino, European, Asian. And they all went past window 30 into this like room like booth where they had computers and shit sat up. So 10 at a time, Actually, I say, who are these people? Foreigners. They letting them in, walking them right through the whole process. No, man, and I mean, respectfully, Darmus, ain't no gonna not be black pretty soon. They're not black anymore. Now. We have a few spots left. If you look at the Inglewood district, it's happening. It's happening, man. They're moving people out. They're taking land. They're doing all kind of shit. City Hall got black people on it, and they're working against the people. The mayor, they're working against the people, man, for the sake of development. Brothers and sisters are selling legacy, selling generational wealth. The homes are selling the homes. And not necessarily the contractors and those people, the city planners who want the property, but they're just selling them because people are offering them these astronomical amounts of money for them. So they're selling them. And guess who's moving in them? And it makes you wonder, how did you get a loan for that? You barely speak English. I'm just saying. I don't mean no disrespect. I'm just saying. I don't know, Leimert Park area, I remember back in the day that was all black, and hey, you see what's happening. They're trying to move businesses out over there on Jefferson and all that area where that mall is, where these Russians want to buy that whole area. Blacks. No, man. Not pretty soon. Darmus, not pretty soon. Right now, it's happening. I can go back to my old community and, hey, man, that's a wrap. Let me be 100, man. That is a wrap. And for all you dudes who want to be gang banging and all whatever, in the next 2 to 3 years, your whole set would be Mexicans, more Mexicans than blacks. And as a result, or as a result of such, Mexicans joining black gangs, and Mexicans I had a right because they gang banging, claiming shit that we started to be hunting brothers. You get what I mean? I mean, you already see it now. Hoover, Main Street, East Coast, all of them got Mexicans now. I've never seen such a thing. You know? I see them in videos talking that shit, what they're going to do to, you know, and they getting the right way to hunt brothers. So in 3 to 5 years, you probably have an equal amount of them as you do blacks in these gangs, and they'll be putting in work on brothers. I doubt it very seriously whether or not they'll be doing it to one another from opposing set. You know what I mean? It's y'all got to get this shit, man. This shit is gone. It's over. You know, and it's only because we're allowing it to be. We're not willing, man, to, you know, do the work to fight for ourselves, man, in such a way to where, you know, the bullshit, man, leave that behind us, man. We passed the point of bullshit. So we stop this, what's coming down the pipes, because trust and know what I'm saying is some real shit. How do we stop that from occurring? Well, they be like Hoover, but they Mexican, and that brother over there, whatever he is, wherever he's from, right away to do, because this is the life, the culture. Nah, man, we got to stop that in a hurry. We got the end gang banging, bro. Straight up. But I don't advocate no shit that I don't even advocate it on ourselves, man. That, you know, it's wrong. It was wrong to be even caught up in that shit like that. But it's double wrong, man, to have others involved in this shit that ain't us. And they doing that to us. Nah, fuck all that. They not going to prison, you know, and trust and know, man. Y'all, when they go to prison, that ain't no, you know, though prison may be changing, that's not a cakewalk for them to just go hang with brothers. Straight up. That's going to be a problem. You know. But the fact that they coming in there and just say they didn't off some brothers, hey, that may not be frowned upon. You know what I mean? Just saying. Shit, we got to start thinking about, man. Anyway, man, Darman said, man, pretty soon the neighborhood gonna not be black anymore. We've seen this for LA. We've seen this for LA to New York City and in between the South. So true, bro. You're going to say, Darman, I put it like this. We didn't come here for a better life. Lisa Moore said, that's right, Brother Bub. Polk said, Lisa Moore, man, shout out to all my black queens. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman's touch. Tell the truth, man. James put that one down, man. You can't help but when you play that one, play it again and again, because there's so much validity and truth in that shit. Real spit. All right, AMLGB. Salute, big homie. Salute right back to you, loved one. Good to see you back amongst us. Appreciate your presence. Lisa said, man, Lisa Moore said, my good brother, Pope Mitchell, man, good to see you. I hope all is well with you and the family. Peace, blessings, and love. Black first. There you go. TBH, the Negro military unit was crushing fools in World War II. And a lot of that history, man, sadly enough, man, is swept under the rug. You know, it's swept under the rug, man. A lot of that history, man. You know, they don't even start talking about the Red Tails to about 2000 and shit. You know, they don't really even tell you about all black military units, man, putting the fear of the black man and them Europeans, man, you know. And at the same time, while they was helping France and all the others, man, to, you know, rid themselves of what they call, you know, I think it's a lie, what they call tyranny and the Hitler scourge. Them suckers was turning around, man, having issues. The UK, France are about brothers, their women wanting brothers, you know. So it was just as much racism over there than it was over here, you know what I mean? So brothers come back from that, doing that duty, you know, keeping the West free, you know, to come back here, man, and be under boot and heel, you know what I mean? Some sad shit. I remember catching a documentary, this had to be every bit of 30 years ago, where there was a population after World War II where black soldiers had made it with white British people from the UK, and whole communities had started as a result, and they were discriminated against in the UK, you know. So, you know, the crazy thing, see, a lot of us don't get this, man. You know, yeah, man, we all over the goddamn planet. But, and I'm pretty sure we were there, man, back in, you know, classical times. You know, we're running that shit too. You know, they just paint the faces different, you know, but those know. But there you go in terms of, you know, Black American blood being over there on the UK to this day. And there's no damn joke, or it's no mystery as to, I don't know if a lot of y'all watch UK television out of Britain, out of London. The motherfucker just crazy as up. They on the same shit. You know, got that Cockney accent, but hey, you know, you know, our Black American DNA is over there. So we already got the connection, you know, in Italy, in France. There are places we are that they'll never tell us we there, you know. Even Spain to this day has an enclave of, you know, this grand area, man, where blacks are mostly, you know, since the time of the Moor, you know, but they don't tell us that shit. Excuse me. Yeah, you know, militarily speaking, damn, there's no better soldier than the black man, especially a Black American, you know. And if you're, you know, in terms of ability and competence as a soldier, man, that means, man, you got the makings of one, you know, the warrior status. You know that, yeah, you know. That's all I'm saying. Shit. That's all I'm saying. Dharma's going to say, man, because we're close to the Creator, let's get blessed again. That's all I'm saying, you know. And like I say, y'all know how I am about what I am about, man. And I just know what I know in terms of that, man. Is something going on? I'm like this, man. I don't know who or what it is, but I know it is. It's something. And put it to you like that. I'm comfortable with that, you know. And yeah, that, you know, talking to, you know, all the spirit blood in me, say, hey, man, it's time. I trust that. It's time. Lisa Moore said, man, they should think that that is a threat, not us. We don't have the power and ability. You left something out right there, sister. I didn't want to butcher it, but that's how it reads. They should think that is a threat, not us. Okay, we don't have the power and ability. Kimberly Mitchell, what's up, sister? She say, Hoover, hey, real loved ones. Sorry I missed y'all. It's been very hard to function. I'm here. I'm so thankful for you, Big Bub, and the Royal Group congregation. Get back on the groove, man. Blessed and guided, man. You are that. All right. You are that. So just keep that right there. You are that. All right. You know, a lot has been thrown at a lot of us, man. And I don't know. I was talking to somebody the other night about our resilience. Where the hell does it come from? You know, why is it there for us in the amount, and I say in an abundance? Because I'm pretty sure, man, a lot of us go through shit if not every day, man, weekly. It's always something. And sometimes, man, it's so heavy the way it buckles us at the knee. And yet we, we put them hamstrings in them quads and we stand up under it, man, regardless. We keep going. We keep going. There's a reason for that. Something is pushing us, man, because we got somewhere to be. There's somewhere we supposed to be going. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm saying that to you, Kimberly, because, hey, that which, seems heavy, the shit you're going to do, it's for a reason. And I'm not trying to justify it. I don't know what it is. I barely speak to my own, but I know it ain't for nothing. You get what I'm saying? It ain't for nothing, sister. So you keep doing what you're doing and know that you are blessed and you're being guided. You're being led, all right? Hold your head up. Stay beautiful. Stay black queen. You're going to be all right. Our resilience is unmatched, man. I don't know where it comes from, why we got to shoulder all the shit we do. But I don't think it's for nothing. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's for nothing. All love and respect to you, sis. Good to see you hanging out with us again. Darman said, man, their latest distraction is for our daughters. Y'all hear the new music? Yeah. I'm waiting. Well, I don't want to wait for no shit like that. I'm about to say I'm waiting to see sisters start putting these fake eyelashes on these babies' eyes and hooking them up with the, all the hair. I hope not. I hope not. But yeah, it's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on, no doubt. Lisa Moore said they should be scared of the Most High, not us. There you go. And I don't know how you guys look at that, but yeah, because maybe they see what you guys call or relate to as the Most High working through us. So yeah, I think there's that duality there. Okay, damn. We're scared of y'all, but we know, the Most High got y'all, and that's an even greater fear for them. No doubt they are in fear of us, and that could very well be because they know better than us who got us. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's required. Maybe that's required for them to be, in that state of mind about us as well as the Most High, who I would say works through a lot of you or a lot of us, I don't know. Folks say, man, positive vibes. Lisa, us blacks done had so many things taken away from us, but we don't have to let people continue to mess with our mental peace or our emotional stability. We have to make our personal decisions count. Here, brother. Yeah. B60, man. B60M said, Kimberly Mitchell, keep your head up, sister. Keep your head up, sister. There you go. Real spit. Lisa Moore said, my good sister Kim, good to see you, queen. Blessings, peace, and love. There you go. Yeah, send that love out, man, that support, and that concern for Kim, man. We love you, sister. You're part of this family. RGC through and through. You're all right, baby. Don't worry about nothing. Everything is everything. Pope Mitchell said, man, Kimberly Michelle, what it do, sister? Much love and respect always. Darmus said, let's wake up. Let's wake the fuck up, y'all. I'm having conversations, like I said, with people, man, about something I think that is very significant. It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, y'all. We in this shit, man. We in it to win it. We should be. Real spit. Lisa Moore say, I agree, Brother Polk. We need to uplift one another. There you go. Our support system. All right, James, I see you, loved one. He said, hey, how you doing, bub? Hey, man, I'm good, man. Everything is everything. How you be, bro? Peace and prosperity, you and yours. Hey, and may everything be everything. All right? Good to see you hanging out, man. You're going to say, man, one of the two didn't make it, big bro. But the one I revived just a couple of weeks ago, when I mentioned it to you, she's thriving, flowering and budding real nice right now. Real resilience, my brother. Yeah, man, I'm out there this morning looking at mine, man. And two of them, I'm kind of thinking I want to take them down. Because, you know, the trichomes and shit, I don't want them to dry out. That's one thing, you know. And if I continue to feed them like I do, then I run the risk of being in there too long and they can get bud rot, shit like that. I don't like that type of shit, you know. So yeah, I'm contemplating whether or not I should bring two of them down. The colas about that thick. You know, I don't know if you can see that. They're about that thick, man. I mean, nice, dense colas. I mean, serious shit. Peel them back, and each one got nuggets about that big, man. You know, big ass nuggets. So I'm like, okay, I got nuggets, some nuggets like this big on that mug, man. There you go. Yeah, I mean, serious shit. I got some nuggets as round as this right here. So I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about taking them down, man. Those two at least. I'll probably send some pictures, put some pictures up, let you see them. Yeah, man. So I don't know. Yeah, man. Stay at them though. Give them that love, man. Talk to them. They be all right. They gonna be all right, man. I talk to mine though. I really do. So they in this fight with me. Fat Rat say, man, the reason there's a concept called trademark is to protect origination or invention. James said, man, well, wait, Fat Rat, what are you referring to, though? The reason there's a concept called trademark is to protect, okay, origination or invention. Yes. But what are you referring to? I don't know. Did I miss something? Okay, I see something. You got something going there. I'll catch up to that in a hot second. Right quick, okay? Appreciate that, though, Fat Rat, no doubt. James said, man, peace, love, and respect to the brothers and sisters all on all lines, main line and front line, to the ones behind walls, come home, and the ones out here enjoying freedom. Do better by your people, by yourselves, of course, and by others. Look, especially those who look like us. Appreciate that, James. AMLGB says, I was watching something today where sailors in Iraq from U.S. still complaining of no food, spoiled food, black mold, no hygiene products, broke toilets on the ship, been on the H-20, been on the ship, let's say since 2025, 250 days, 50 days straight. Yeah, you're talking about the USS, I think, Liberty or Lincoln. Yeah, man, they say that's a floating toilet right now, man. Actually, you're right. Dudes are jumping off the ship, abandoning ship, right? I mean, America's looking real bad right now, man. Dudes were literally jumping off the ship, man, like, hey, man, fuck this. And I have to say, because when that happens, they're liable to, be in some trouble. But not only that, they're liable to be dishonorably discharged, which probably would be a good thing for their asses, which would probably turn out to be a good look for them. Let's wait and see, But yeah, that whole situation out there on that water is terrible, bro. It's a bad look. And Trump and them don't give a flying flick because they still getting paid. They raking in billions of dollars. I mean, they're raking in real live money, man. I mean, if such a thing matters to you, you know what I mean? While us, the taxpayer, gets nothing in return other than higher taxes, So, hey, man, this situation I think it's going to prove to be their downfall. That's what I think. We'll see. Fat Rat said, man, we are the maker and owner of the whole universe. We have paved the road up on which every life form thrives within it. We are just limited in our understanding of self. Okay, I'm gonna read this because I kind of feel this connection. Fat Rat said, "Man, we made the Earth in its current form, and its form 66 trillion years ago, when the moon was together with it, and we called it Asia, the Asiatic black man." Okay, gotcha. All right. James say, when you know better, you do better. And to all the young brothers and sisters, it's really no excuse anymore. You have them phones to do all that extra stuff. Use your phones to learn this history. When the youth understand our history, okay, the younger generation need to be using their phones to learn their black history. Like my Compton big homie said earlier, there's over 50 years of experience in this gang culture to learn from. Not to always sidetrack into street life, but I honestly can't get mad at your generation and before. I'm talking to brothers putting it down how they had to circa 69 to 79. Yeah, and we were the end of that generation. I mean, the start of that generation, 77. 78, 79 is where a lot of art in my generation come from. And yeah, we have a lot to atone for. Let me put it to you like that. I'll put it to you like that. We have a lot to atone for. That's the reality, bro. All right, I had something. All right, I got one more clip, y'all. I have one more clip I want to run. I know I'm behind schedule. Well, I'm past whatever. We ain't tripping. All right, Hulan the Survivor. I see you all the way at the bottom, man. Where you been? Peace and prosperity, brother. Good to see you back up in this. Get down with us, man. You said great work. Appreciate everything you've done with the podcast. Appreciate your participation and viewership, bro. So that's reciprocated. All love and respect to you for that. Again, everybody, if you haven't already, please like and share this. Get down. All right. Subscribe to this podcast. Your comments mean a great deal as well. I was trying to go and see. All right, Jody Jebs, what it do? Say, how you doing tonight, sir? I'm kind of new here. I think I've seen your name before. You're kind of new. You're not showing up as often as we would like you to, but you're more than welcome to be here. Again, our prerequisite, man, is this. It's real simple. It's about respect. All right, that's it. There are no ninjas here, and there are no bees here, especially when we're talking to our queens, our sisters. We agree to disagree, and we have times we disagree, and some of us might go a little too far and say something we shouldn't have said, but there always going to be the situation where we come back and we say, I apologize, didn't mean no harm, got away of myself, got ahead of myself. But hey, this is what we do here. Everything is above board, all right? You're more than welcome to be here. Like I say, man, just jump in and, you'll fit in perfectly once you really understand what this Get Down is about. This is Under the Groove Podcast. And again, welcome. You're more than welcome to be here. Thanks for showing up. All right, that being said, I was just trying to hurry up and go up in here. And, okay, Kimberly Mitchell said, man, love, blessings, and prayers to Alonzo, Queen Lisa, Mr. Mitchell, Fat Rat, B60M, good looking. Thanks so much. I feel touched. Black power. All right. Ain't nothing but love for you up in here. That's the truth. That's the truth. Love it, man. That's where it's supposed to be, y'all. Straight up. Straight up. There's a lot of comments. Let me go because time is running out. I want to show this clip. I shit like this I take serious, man. I don't know. Shit. All right, let's get a bar of this. Watch this. It's not too long. It's not too long, everybody. Let me see.
You have to understand where the war is. They're killing us in the schoolroom by making sure we don't get a proper education.
That's right.
They're killing us in the courtroom by making sure we do not have equal justice. They're killing us in the boardroom by making sure we don't have real economic inclusion long before they kill us in the streets.
They have broken up male and female to make us perpetually distrustful, as our brother said. So women are teaching their babies, don't depend on no man for nothing.
Right.
The man is so weak, he's being beat down by the police. They showing our babies being shot down by Rick Child and Chud the Builder getting out here calling us niggas to our face and live streaming it. Because we are the laughing stock. They call Carmelo Anthony the watermelon seller. Oh yeah, they got all kind of names in the controlled language that they use for us now. They call our sisters the bonnet gang. They, whenever you hear them say it's time for a Jet 2 holiday, you know it's gonna be some savagery going on.
White people are ruthless when it comes to controlling blacks. If I gotta invent AIDS, I'll invent AIDS. If I gotta push LGBT on your kids to destroy your community, if I gotta drop off crack, if I gotta drop off guns, if I have to overthrow and assassinate, I will do that as well.
They let a few through the gates just as long as they played by the rules. And those rules, stay in line. Talk about personal success, not collective struggle. Build a brand, not a movement. They don't got to assassinate anyone when they can just buy them out. Or better yet, turn them into a joke. Look at what they did to Colin Kaepernick. Stood up for something, got blackballed out of the league. Angela Davis spent decades on FBI watch lists. Fred Hampton, they learned their lesson from him. Don't let them get big enough to matter in the first place. So now they just lock them up before they can get too loud. Call them terrorists, call them extremists, turn them into a headline, a mugshot, a social media circus.
You have no idea how wicked and diabolical this enemy truly is. As we speak, they are plotting to eradicate us. We must organize, we must clean up, we must stand up and make our communities a safe and decent place to live. In that order.
You're already on death row and don't even know it.
They trying to kill us. I think that they trying to kill us. Make no mistake in the midst of all this fakeness, I'm the realest. I think they trying to kill us. I think that they trying to kill us. Make no mistake in the midst of all this fakeness, I'm the realest.
All right, that's what I wanted to leave y'all with, man. I actually should have started with that, but that's fine, man. To give you guys that, you know, at this juncture, I think is appropriate. Something to leave you with, you know, something to leave you with, something I think is provocative and even profound in the sense where, you know, when I gone off the screen, the thought is may that stick with you. May it spark something in your brain, you know, may you have a conversation related to what we just saw, because that is the war that's being waged against us every day. And the saddest part about this war that's being waged against us is that we're helping them in this war against us. On that note, man, it's all love and respect to each and every one of you. I'm just a brother like the rest of my brothers that come and hang out and shoot these, you know, this knowledge, man, hand these gems off to each and every one of us, brother and or sister, you know. Yeah, we're in this boat together, no doubt about that. We're in this boat together. Religiously speaking, I respect that that's what it is, but I love and respect for my brothers and sisters more, you know, so much so, or so much more. I respect whatever it is you worship, wherever it is you push that faith, whatever. I trust that, man, we're going to get this shit right. That's what I trust, man. I trust my brothers, man. You know, I trust that there's righteousness in our brothers and our sisters, and we're going to find a way to make that shit come up, man, and spread it amongst the people. It's going to happen the way it's supposed to happen. All right. That being said, y'all know the spill, you know, because it's real like that, you know. Power is in the people, y'all. Power is in the people. Love yourselves so that you love each other, one another. Take care of yourself, but take care of others. Look just like you, man. Come what may. You see yourself in them. You go about it right. All right. That's what I say. That's what I say. But that's something you're going to have to want to believe. You're going to want to have to trust. That's something you guys are going to want to have to, you know, deal with. On that note, like I say, all love and respect, y'all. the best part of that.
Struggle becomes strength.
Together can turn darkness to light.
Under the groove, when knowledge becomes wisdom, struggle becomes strength. With family built together, and we break those chains. What's under your groove?
Is it love?
Is it purpose?
Is it purpose?
Is it unity?
Is it community?
Wake up, black people. It's time we elevate the future in our hands. We can't afford
Futures in our hands.
under the groove.
This ain't about where you started, it's about where you headed. The lessons from the past are the words that protect us. Every OG got a story, every big homie got a duty. Don't just tell the youth what's wrong, show them what's possible truly. Teach ownership, teach discipline, teach knowledge of self, teach them building the future. It's the ultimate wealth, no more watching our brothers fall victim to the streets. It's time we put the healing back into our communities. From Los Angeles streets to every city across the nation. We need consciousness, unity, and family. Restoration. So when they ask,
What's under your groove?
tell them consciousness,
Knowledge,
wisdom,
unity,
community,
family.
love.
Because when we change our minds,
We change our future.
and that's under the groove.
This message is for all of the OGs and big homies.
It's up to us to teach the youth,
It's up to us.
to pass down the knowledge,
It's up to us.
to show them there's another way,
Not destruction,
but creation,
not division,
but unity,
not anger.
but wisdom. The future is watching what we do today
So reach back, guide the next generation.
and leave something greater behind. Under the groove.
Under the groove.
All right, you have, you are, you have been, and you will be under the groove. One love to each and every one of you. Catch you on tomorrow. Peace and prosperity, each and every one of you. Catch you later.